Hey everyone, it's TJ. The other night, well, let me set the stage, set the scene. I am about to do my makeup, and the other night when I was getting ready to go to sleep, I don't know about you, but I have some of my best thoughts, like when I lay my head on the pillow at night, I'm getting ready to go to sleep, and then my mind starts working overtime. But I had this thought about, now I don't know if this is going to work, but that's okay. I mean, I'm not going anywhere, so it won't matter. I thought, okay, instead of using one of these things, which I don't know, to me, I mean, I feel like they're just nasty. I'm sorry. I mean, I wash them and everything, but once they have that makeup on them, I don't know how to get that off, and it just looks gross to me, you know? So I thought, I wonder if, when putting on, and I'm still using this, yeah, okay. Pick on me, make fun of me if you want. It's okay. I've told you I'm frugal and all that stuff, so it is what it is. I mean, I kind of have to be frugal. I'm trying to turn this Titanic of financial, I don't want to say disaster, but it's pretty stressful. I'm trying to turn that Titanic around. So I'm doing every little ridiculous, I know it's ridiculous to some, but every little thing I can think of to do to save money, I do. Whether it's just a penny here and there, I do it. So y'all can say what you want. I'm starting to feel some relief and less pressure over our finances, because I am seeing some progress. It's slow as a snail, but it's progress nonetheless. Anyway, back to my point. I thought I would film this and let you join along with my experiment to see how this works. And if it works, I'm gonna get rid of this and never buy one again. So anyway, I'm gonna put on I'm doing this in the camera and in the mirror, and put a little bit of that here and there and everywhere, and I may need to add more. I don't know. This is the, oh goodness, allergies. This is the brush that I have used for years on my liquid foundation, and I like how it kind of buffs it out. The faces that we make when we're doing our makeup, right, girls? Okay, here's the, ooh, I think I missed a spot. Here is, okay, I have foundation on my fingers, so I'm gonna wipe it off, and then I'm gonna, here's the experiment. I wanna, you know, I quit using liquid type foundations because they just feel so heavy, and as I've gotten older, you know, just anything that highlights wrinkles and things, I want to get rid of. But just using powder, like powder foundation, doesn't give me the coverage that I would like. So I figured I have this stuff on hand, this tinted foundation. I don't know. Anyway, I forget what it's called because I've cut off half the bottle. Anyway, what my idea was, rather than using the little beauty blender, oh goodness, I thought, I wonder if I could use a damp washcloth and just, okay. This is the first, I've not done it yet. And just see if I put it on my face and kind of press it in everywhere that I, all over my face. I'm thinking it may just take off kind of the same amount that a beauty blender would take off, kind of blend and, sop up excess so that it won't be, I don't like to look made up. I mean, I like to look like I put in effort, so I put on makeup, but I don't like to look overdone, if that makes sense. I mean, there are days I do more, there are days I do less, but anyway, let's try this and see how it works. Okay, I'm gonna look in the mirror. You're not the mirror, but I'm gonna put my face up here. I don't know if it's gonna show on camera. I'll be able to tell because I can tell that I have liquid foundation on. Okay, here we go. Here we go, y'all. All right, I'm just gonna press, like, especially around, the marionette lines. I hope you can hear me. Marionette lines, wrinkly places around my nose. Okay. All right. Oh, goodness. Well, I think, but I can't tell if it's taken any off. I think I like it. I think I like it better, honestly. I don't know. And I'm gonna say, I don't watch a lot of YouTube beauty videos. I have a few people that I like to watch, but I don't really have time to just sit and watch YouTube all day. So if anyone has done that before, it's not that I'm copying them. Like I say, that just came into my trying to go to sleep mind one night, and I think I'm gonna throw away this beauty blender. Okay, this is a declutter, y'all, and I'm not gonna save it and show it in my declutter progress report on Friday. So bye-bye, you nasty little thing. Okay, so I have made some dark circles under. I think I've mentioned this before, the Maybelline eraser, but I like to use, a little brush. I don't know. You can see what I'm doing. I am no makeup expert. Obviously, you can tell by the way I look when I do have makeup on. So, I think I might hit that area. I'm gonna try to get a little closer on the mirror. I don't know if you can, yeah, you can see me. It's so weird trying to, live in front of the camera. Well, I don't live in front of the camera, but it's just so weird to, let me clean that off. Just kind of weird to, set up a camera before you do something that you would normally just do. I have always been the worst about taking pictures at events like birthday parties and stuff. I have so few, it's shameful, I have so few pictures of my children when they were young, because pulling out a camera was always an afterthought for me. I was too busy enjoying the moment, the event, or whatever. So You know, and the thing about, yeah, I get distracted with myself. Now, this may not work for everyone, but I think I'm gonna like this better than a beauty blender because I can just throw, I don't know, maybe I could throw beauty blenders in the washing machine. Oh my, I'm all puffy. I'm gonna have to pull out my depuffer thingy. That's that salt, y'all. That is that salt. I've been going off the rails with my eating. So, it's time to reel it in. Oh, that's awful. Anyway, I think I'm gonna start doing that. This is a microfiber. Did I say that? I heard some little whining. The warning whine. I'm gonna do a quickie. I already have this on. I don't have lip liner yet, but that's okay. Dollface, I hear you. I still talk to her, even though she can't really hear. I mean, she can hear some things. She has selective hearing like her my husband. Don't all men and children have selective hearing? Anyway, she can hear some sounds and noise. I think I'm just going to do a little of this on my eyes too. And I don't want to I need to kind of get myself and out in the sun or been crying, one or the other look. And you know, I was doing this with my blush on my nose before I started seeing it on social media. It's so crazy, the things that, you know, it's just so crazy that, like I say, this damp washcloth trick may already be being done. Okay, I'm gonna pause a minute so I can go get that stinker. The problem with her, I mean, it's, you know, it's not a problem, but the issue with my baby girl is she thinks I'm going somewhere. And the thing is I take her, anytime I go somewhere, I take her with me because of her separation anxiety. So I'm putting on the Laura Geller Baked Balance and Brighten in Fair, if you're interested. Anyway, I take her everywhere I go because my daughter takes me everywhere I go so that we can take her. I know, anything for baby, that's what my daughter says. And it's true. You know, I mean, she's old. I don't want her to suffer in any way, so we accommodate her. All right, I'm gonna put on, I don't have my, I think I need more eyebrows for one thing. You know, the last video I did, I had not a stitch of makeup on, not even eyebrows. And eyebrows are my non-negotiable, because let me tell you something. When I was 16, about 100 years ago, it must have been the thing. It must have been the thing because I did it. I tweezed my eyebrows to these skinny little, like a pencil line. The things we do, you know, and I wish I'd have known. And I look at all these beauty trends nowadays that are much more extreme. Well, anyway, back to the brows. Needless to say, you know, just age in itself will thin out your brows, but that plucking to within an inch of their life did not do any favors. So what was I about to say? Oh, I look at all these things that young girls are doing, and I mean, okay, I've had Botox before, but I haven't had it recently. No, and I've had fillers. I didn't like them. I felt like I could feel it under my skin, and I didn't like that. And so I will never get fillers again. I will not. I don't care. I don't care if my face is falling down to my bosom. I am not getting fillers again. It's not happening. So, but Botox I would consider. I felt it, the strangest thing, it may have been psychological, but I felt more relaxed. Now, if I'm not wrinkle free, y'all, and okay, when I can't, you know, but here's the thing. Years ago, I had a viewer tell me, look how red my skin gets just from bothering with it. I had a viewer tell me, oh, I don't know what we were discussing, probably 11 lines and wrinkles, but she said her mother always, when she would like wrinkle up her 11, she said her mom would just, you know, so she would relax her forehead. And now, so that's made me very conscious of my expressions. Not to say I don't wrinkle up my face sometimes, but I specifically try to be mindful of this area here and not scrunch it up. So I try to keep my face in a relaxed state for the most part, but not too relaxed, because if it's too relaxed, then I have RBF, you know what I mean? So, and I've always had one of those faces that if like people just looking at me, if I'm just hanging out doing nothing and relaxed, people think I'm angry. So it's a fine balancing act with this face. So anyway, I'm gonna spray on this Heritage Store. I didn't buy this. My daughter gave me this a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago. Well, yeah, kind of. But anyway, she has very sensitive skin and she reacts to so many things. And so I kind of get a lot of her cast-offs, which is fine because I'll use them if I can. And if not, you know, we pass them on to the thrift store or her friends, wherever, whatever. But anyway, I've been, I'll pour it on. All the moisture, the better. The more moisture, the better. I've been following this lady, and she talks, I think her name is Sadie something. I'll put it in my description box. I'll have to look it up because I use my phone. I will put her Instagram account, but she mentions glycerin as a, you know, as a good thing for your skin. So I really spray that on. The blood flowing in our cheeks. Okay, now I'm gonna put on a little bit of mascara. And yes, I still have this funky nemesis of a mirror, 100,000 magnification. Not really, but even with contacts in, I need it. So that tells you something. Even with contacts, I need reading glasses because my eye doctor tried giving me 2 different strength contacts, and I couldn't make that work for myself. So I said to him, would it be possible if I had both, you know, the same contact in both eyes and just wore reading glasses when I need to read? And so that's what we settled on, and that's what I do. But I think since this is close up, like as if I were reading, I need a little assistance in seeing. Messy. Okay, and later I'm gonna, I said the other day I wanted to, or I did, I can't think and do, you know what I mean? I'm not talented like that. The other day I made a pot of beans, and I just want to clarify, I sometimes will eat the beans alone, you know, they're seasoned and whatever, but I enjoy Tex-Mex foods, Mexican foods. And I'm telling you, when I moved to Michigan when I was like 19, I think, where is a Mexican restaurant? They didn't have, I mean, down here, it's just, Mexican restaurants are like nail salons around here. I mean, I hope that's not offensive to anyone, but I mean, nail salons are everywhere. Mexican restaurants are, you know, you can find a Mexican restaurant, and it doesn't have to be Taco Bell. It can be, I'm gonna wash my hands, sorry. So anyway, we love us Mexican food. Occasionally, I mean, I have a big old jar of pinto beans, dry beans, and occasionally I will make a pot of pinto beans, and I will make that into, like, I'll make it in, I'll put like a little cheese. I'm trying to cut back on dairy. Girl, you hush. I'm trying to cut back on dairy, but you know, I still eat it. And I pop some flour tortillas in the toaster and get them a little toasty and crispy. That's how I like them. And I use those for, I eat those, like I'll tear them into quarters, like little pie shapes, and I will kind of scoop my beans and cheese with them. Anyway, what I'm getting at is I like to have some jalapeno slices with them. I like every bite, I want a jalapeno slice. So I've been wanting to make some pickled jalapenos. I've been making them myself because it's so easy to make, and it's, you know, it's cheaper to make them than buy a jar of jalapenos. So that's what I've been wanting to do. I have already soaked and washed my jalapenos, and now I just need to make my brine, I guess you call it, the vinegar solution, and I need to slice up my jalapenos. So I'm gonna do that, and I think I might film it. I mean, it's so easy, it's not that big a deal, but you never know. There's people, I mean, I tell myself when I think about filming certain things, like, everybody knows that, everybody knows that, but then I think maybe not. You know, there are people, like there was a time I didn't know certain things, and I'm still learning things. So, you know, I'll film it, and maybe it'll help someone. I mean, that's kind of my goal here with this channel, is to help in some way. And you know, with my wonky, wacky personality, hopefully you'll get something out of it, you know. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off, and I think I'm just gonna leave my face as is, and because I'm not really doing much today other than waiting on the tree trimmers and making pickled jalapeno slices and appreciating anyone that goes along for the ride with me. See ya in the kitchen. Y'all, I think I've just come as close to being pepper sprayed as I ever want to be. Okay, let's get on with this pickled jalapeno peppers. That's a mouthful. I put in a cup of white vinegar, a cup of water, and 3 garlic cloves. I should have smashed them, but I buy them already peeled, and I freeze the ones I don't use right away so they don't go to waste. And these were frozen. Okay, so we bring that mixture to a boil and turn that off. Ooh, hot. And there's my jalapenos I sliced. I have about 2 cups. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but there's about 2 cups in there. Those things are potent, y'all. Oh goodness. And the vinegar is about, ooh, I can't wait to get done with this. And this is the garlic I buy. It's already peeled. You get 6 ounces, and I think it's worth it to me. It saves time for me because I love garlic and I use a lot of garlic, and I can freeze it pretty easily. Anyway, okay, moving on. I learned that little trick from my mother. I don't know if it is true or what, but anytime I pour hot liquid in a glass, I put a teaspoon or something metal in there so it supposedly absorbs the heat and won't break the glass. And so far, it's never failed. Okay, now I'm gonna pour the hot vinegar, water, garlic. Oh, goodness. Also, there's a tablespoon of salt and a tablespoon of white sugar in that liquid I just poured in. So, oh goodness, it's enough to choke a girl. All right, so that's that. And then I'm just gonna put the lid on loosely to let any, heat and whatever escape. And then I just leave it sit until it cools down and put it in the fridge. Really, they're ready. They can be ready the same day. You can use them, but I like them to sit a few days before I actually use them, just to kind of soften them up a bit. Anyway, I hope that helped anyone that might be interested in making their own pickled jalapenos if you never have done it before. Again, just a cup of water and a cup of white vinegar, a tablespoon of sugar and a tablespoon of salt. Bring it to a boil. Oh, and your little 2 or 3 cloves of garlic also. It would be best to smash them if they're not frozen like mine were. And bring it all to a boil. Pour it in over your sliced. Oh yeah, and if you don't want it's probably a good idea to wear some gloves when you're doing this. I just wear them through the whole ordeal so that I don't have any mishaps other than getting choked on the jalapeno juice fumes when I was cutting them. So, hope that helps someone. See y'all next time.